Oh, my bad. Hello, everyone. My name's Awesome. I was just talking to Bomb Squad and the other guys. But yeah, welcome today. Uh, Today we're talking about a few other things. But Bomb Squad and Quality Trash are away. They're doing
I am
some.
back,
Oh,
actually,
he's
and
back.
I have something to say.
You can go ahead. I was kind of
Going
muted.
for going to we're gonna start off with movies. Now,
We're
okay,
starting
if
off with
you're a
movies.
fan, no, if you're a fan of this one particular series, I'm sorry to tell you that this series is dying by the hands of ABC. It's called Picard.
Oh, Picard.
Oh my, no, just hearing from what I've heard, I was like, this thing can't be that bad. And I checked out a few videos on YouTube, and yeah, it is that Lord. But it's like think of like Star Wars, but if 8 and 9 were first. That's basically what Picard is in a nutshell. It's basically it ruins these characters, these moment iconic characters like Picard, and and I forgot that guy was. There's like an elfling eared guy who was like kind of like has like a blue shirt on. Shoot, I forgot what his name was. Oh, he was like a cool dude. I seen him in the Into Darkness. That one, that Star Trek. I know people hate that one, but I watched it. I was actually that dude was a pretty cool character. Story was meh, but the character wise, I really like that character, and they just destroyed him in this series. And I was like, "Are you serious?" And then they said, "Oh well, we can't grant you authorization for this." I'm like, "Why not? Why not? What? It wasn't the whole point of like, wasn't the whole point of Star Trek was to go and venture out and venture forth onto the stars. Wasn't that kind of the whole point of Star Trek? Yet again, they're like, "Oh, we can't do this one thing because frick you." It's like I'm like, are you serious, writers who made
I'm not
this
really a
show?
huge Star Trek fan, so I wouldn't really
No.
know that
Like,
much of
okay, I'm
Star
not a
Trek.
huge Star Trek. I'm not either. But the thing is that what I've heard of Star Trek is that basically it's kind of like this, like galaxies. Like it's a whole like series about like going out and venturing these galaxies. It's not about shooting and like for example like Michael Bay. How every single thing has to be action every single moment. It's more of like like showing like the audience what is in that area. What's what planets there are, what this planet has, what their their what was that their what their uh economy is like on that planet. It's quite fascinating. I only watched like a few episodes of the originals, but it's quite fascinating. But when I see Picard, I'm like, no,
Fascinating, you
no,
mean?
yeah, but yeah, yeah, it's quite fascinating. But when I see Picard, I'm like, no, no, you just ruined it. You just ruined it.
Right.
Yeah. What else? We could move on to gaming. If we do you have anything else to say about movies, bro?
I'm hyped about the Spider-Man Into the
Oh
Spider-Verse
yeah,
2.
yeah.
I'm very
I'm
hyped
kind of hyped
about that
about
one.
it too. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm not too sure because they will drop the ball on that.
Knowing Sony, they did really well with the first one. Knowing Sony, they're probably going to pull through with it, but it's also a 50-50 chance that they're probably going to drop the ball on
Yeah,
on it.
yeah,
Cuz
and
I love Sony. Sony they push themselves to the limit, no matter what it is, or trying to break themselves. And I know Sony's gonna probably pull through um, with a great movie like Spider Man,
yeah,
and we get
yeah,
Spider Man the video game, Spider Man 2, the video game coming out again. You know,
yeah,
coming out
yeah,
this year.
yeah. And was it moving on to games now? Oh my gosh, this one game. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard about a lot of people talk about it. It's like it's a 50-50 game. It's either gonna hate it or you're gonna love it. Doom Eternal. I can't make a fully played review on this podcast right now because, well, I haven't played the game, like I said, but I've heard that the story is pretty bland compared to 2016, but the gameplay is way more improved. Like, there's more glory kills, there's more, ways to customize your Doom character, well, and honestly, yeah, I think that's what kind of Doom is. Like, and in the core of what Doom is, well, yes, the campaign may be, simplistic, the gameplay should be improved, and it did improve. So I'm not giving it a complete rating yet, but when I do, I'll probably give it like a 9 or an 8 out of 10, because they did do something correct. Yet again, they did do something wrong with the multiplayer, which is not give people the option to create maps, which you can do in 2016.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that was really broken with the
Not broken,
new
more of like pulled, more like
pulled
pulled.
with the new what was Gears of War or Doom?
Not give a Doom Eternal, yeah.
Oh, Doom Eternal. Yeah, there was a lot of things that was pulled from Doom Eternal, but I can see Doom Eternal having a good year this year with probably getting Game of the Year, but also I can see another game pulling that away from them, which is the Modern Warfare series that is getting
Yeah,
a
especially that remastered.
yeah, the remastered is going to come in as Game of the Year again to win its third title of Game of the Year. It won twice, one in when it released, and the year after that. So if it wins the third one, that is just funny.
Yeah, like in my opinion, yeah, I might just check out the remastered. But here's the thing: I played the remastered of Call of Duty, and when I joined the multiplayer, it wasn't just oh my gosh, there's no loot boxes. It's like good old COD. No, it went from oh my gosh, there's no loot boxes to let us show you a loot box, and then I never played it again. I
Yeah.
never touched that game again. And if they keep to their style of, let's say, Modern Warfare, where it's only cosmetics only, and you can grind your parts for your guns, I won't mind that. Okay, I don't mind cosmetic stuff as long as if it doesn't change the game. This is what's key, in my opinion, to winning money over. Even if your customer has paid $60, you can win more money over by cosmetics. Yeah, not a lot of people are gonna pay for it, but at least you're doing your player base proud, and you're not gonna piss them off to the point where they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's a new DLC gun and it's skin camel. Let me buy this and I can overpower the team." That's not how it works. That's not how it works. I mean, that's not how I think it should work. How I think it should work is that you pay for these skins or these upgrades, right? And they don't overpower the game. No, they just give you an option to have a tiny bit, not super big, a tiny bit advantage that is not RNG based with loot boxes. That's kind of what I like about Modern Warfare.
Ah
And
shit.
yeah,
Hold
what?
on, I accidentally closed the Chrome.
Wait,
Damn
so
it.
we stopped recording? We stopped podcasting?
I think so. Hold on. Let me go open up the Chrome again. God
Oh gosh,
fucking
dang it.
damn it. That's sad. Unless the OBS is still recording.
Restream it.
Yeah. Unless OBS is still recording and I don't know anything about it.
Oh yeah, we're still live.
Really? Oh, are you looking at the stream right now?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear me. I
Okay.
can hear us earlier.
Okay. Reopen that and then let me go to the YouTube side. Keep talking. Go ahead. Oh, well, I'll get everything back up and running again.
Okay, so yeah, like here's the thing: is that I don't mind, like for example, a like $6 game. I don't mind them giving cosmetics as long as if it doesn't like change the cosmetics so much
Really? Oh, are
that
you looking?
you are fools. Let's say for example, I have that I paid for Gears of War. I bought it for $60. $60. Gears of War 5, and when I went into the multiplayer, I was just shocked to see how much cosmetics there was. So much cosmetics, but not only that, when you think that it's just cosmetics, it's not only that. It's animations. Sorry for the hiccup there. You know, just
Yeah,
the
no, you're
kill
good.
animations. You have to pay for them, and it's so insane that I was like, you have to pay $5 for an iconic curb stomp, an iconic curb stomp that is known throughout the entire Gears franchise on multiplayer on cap. Why? Why must I pay $5? That's a limited exclusive. That's when the moments where I'm pissed off and I'm like, no. I'm like, no, you're done. That's the point where I'm like, that's not cosmetic. That is essential for the game. It should be in the game. So there's a borderline between, cosmetics, like let's say a weapon skin or a character skin. Okay, that's fine. Okay, if that's limited. But what's not fine is stuff like if you're yanking back, stuff like kill animations, stuff like, what was that, things that people wanted to grind for in the game that they've already paid $60 for. That's when I start to get pissed off, you know. And some companies do that, some companies don't do that. But the point being is that, because of this, I get ticked off. Like I get really ticked off about this.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it feels like the company is like a more of like a former shell of themselves, and it just is is awful, man. It's really awful. A good example of this, okay, is for all you anime fans out there, and for all you non-anime fans out there. If you guys have ever heard about Azure Lane, okay, I played it for 2 years straight, and the thing is, I've played Azure Lane for 2 years straight, and it's really solid. I have seen so much stuff in Azure Lane that when I first played it, I was like, oh man, there's cosmetics in here. I bet they're gonna add in more money stuff. And it has been 2 years, and they have never added anything that is predatory to the player as a consumer. Okay, as a person who literally has been through more than 5 events. I've been through more than 5 events in Azure Lane, and it's so surprising because their model of, hey, it's just cosmetics, you don't have to pay for anything. If you want to pay for something, you can. If you don't want to pay, that's fine, you can just grind the entire story mode, with 3 starring every single mission. 3 star every single mission, you get gems, which is basically in-game paid currency, you know and you don't need to pay a single cent in the game. That's how, yes, it
Cough,
surely
cough.
is a risk.
You'll start. Sponsor us, please.
Like, okay, here's
Right,
the thing.
right. We're talking about their game, but they're like, come on, man,
Yeah,
sponsor.
yeah. But thing, okay, I'm writing a review on it. But point being is like, is that my point being um, is that Azure Lane is like one of those games where yes, it probably was a risk for them to go that way, to go down that route of, hey, we're making this, available for the players. But the thing is that of this, you know, because of this, it's just like, you know, really risky. And I could see why other companies don't do it. Other like AAA companies don't do it because it's too risky. But for Yostar, it's really surprising because, never have I seen a free to play game give out so much free stuff to the players, so much free content. And even if they screw up, they say, "Oh, we're sorry. We're giving you some Apollo gems. Oh, we're sorry. Here's some cubes. Here's some gems. Here's some coins. Here's some oil. Here's some oath rings, which you have to pay like 600 gems for, which is about $5. Okay, and you don't have to pay for oath rings. It's just optional. You know, and they give you all this free stuff. I have every single freaking mess up that they have on important in my main server of Azure Lane, and I can send a screenshot right now into this Discord. As like right now, I can send it right now on this Discord for all you guys to see. You know, and to show you guys that, hey, this company does not mess around. Whenever they screw up, they are really sincere, and they're like, okay, we're sorry, we're gonna fix it. Hell, I had to wait like freaking 3 days. Okay, about 3 days for me to play the event that's on right now for Azure Lane for my main server. And the thing is that when I came back to that main server, I got everything, man. I got freaking so much stuff that I was like, geez, okay, yeah, 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 this is Yostar proper. This is what Yostar does, and that's what I like about a free to play company. And I wish a lot of free to play companies did that. Said, "Oh, we're sorry. Here's something that's really, really valuable in the game. Here's something that you have to pay for, or you could pay for. I wish a lot of companies did that, but they're not. And I understand business is business, but the point being is that for games like that, especially AAA games like $60 games, we're expecting a fully pledged, yeah, especially for a $60 game, we're expecting a good polished game. We're expecting good gameplay. We're expecting what the game had offered for a previous iteration or offers in the trailer. We are expecting as basically customers who enjoy video games.
Yeah, dude. I mean, what's going on right now is very not healthy for a lot of the businesses, and that a lot of people want it to be. But hey, man, like you just said, it's business, business, and it comes to that end, man.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is that, like, look for example, like EA. Like, look what happened to EA stock markets. Ever since freaking Battlefront 1 and then Battlefield 5, which literally tanked, and also in Battlefront 2, that tanked as well. They had to literally step back and say, all right, well, we can't, well, let's see, let's push in the sports games. And they tried it, and it failed. It had failed, and it is hilarious. And I laugh at that every single time. They're like, "Oh, hey, let's send out WWE 20." They try it. Oh, it's glitchy as hell. Oh, let's try basketball. Oh, the freaking servers are down. Like, dude, every single thing that they tried to do to get money back failed. That's probably why that they actually greenlit Respawn to do that, to make a Star Wars game. They probably greenlit it because they needed money again. You see, the only thing is, the saddest part is that when, like, for AAA games, especially EA and Activision, the only way that you would make them listen, the only way you would make them listen is to vote with your money. The thing is about Yostar, what makes them different is that not only they're a free to play company, they also respond to you. I have talked with some of the staff members of YoStars, like asking them some questions, and they actually responded to me, which is really surprising. I don't have to say, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna pay you $10. Can I have some information about this?" I don't have to do that. They're that connected to the community. And when you're that connected to the community, and when you really enjoy your product, and when you really enjoy what you do, you know, then that's when you're going to see a growth in your games, in your popularity. That is why Yostar and Azurine has been growing so fast in the US. It's because that this company is by far one of the most greatest companies that has a good and solid interaction with their fan base, their player base, and the company itself, knowing that they're a company you know it's a good mixture of all of this, and that AAA can't apparently do. They used to do it before, but now apparently they can't do it anymore because of money had gone to their heads, and it's kind of sad. It's honestly kind of sad.
Well, I mean, dude, you have to remember, like I had no English there, dude. Um, you know, like we see now, dude. It's always gonna get there to where business is always gonna look towards
Yeah,
money and towards everything else. But that's what makes Yostar different than the other
yeah,
communities, is
yeah.
that they're willing to listen to their
Their
fans and
fans, yeah,
to everything else.
yeah. Because the thing is that
And you have
about
to
Yosa,
remember, Ubisoft, Microsoft, Bethesda, PlayStation, everyone else in the big you know, are so big companies, and are here for a long time. We have to understand that they might be at that point where they're done with the bullshit. They're done with everything that they've gone through the time of being part of um, part of everything. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
like we do have to understand that where they all come from, um, with their shit too. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. And I know that that I understand that they're a company. I understand that they need to run things. I understand that they need money to run certain stuff. But for Yostar, like, I know that they have 3 million active people in Azure Lane. Keep in mind, I see 3 million in the US for the EN. Okay, in total it's about 5 million. Now imagine how much them pay money, and take that in consideration. That being every single day. Okay, they get more than, probably, I'd say, 10, like, not 10. That's why we say they probably get, I don't know, $100,000 per day or something like that. They get like a high amount of money. But the point being is that they have a lot of money, but the thing is that they use that money to either expand the game, make it better, and they have made it better. If you compared Azur Lane back in 2018 when the English server dropped, the UI looks clumpy. It looks old. It looks really, really choppy as hell. When you compare it to to the UI today, it looks way better. It feels way more bigger. It feels more, upgraded. And that's the thing I like about Yostar is that they expand it. They're not just, okay, we're gonna hoard all this money, we're gonna keep it here, this is for corporate, we're just gonna hold it. They're not like that. They're like, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this right. We're gonna help we're gonna you have problems with the UI, we're gonna fix it. We have, is there a problem with the server? We're gonna fix it. We're on it. Our teams are on it. And that's what I like about them is that they don't just say, okay, we're gonna hoard this money and we're just gonna give small salaries. No, they're like, okay, we're just gonna use this money and we're gonna use it wisely. They're not like, okay, we're gonna use this money and we're gonna like blast it all on, whatever the hell that we want. You know, like what other AAA developers are doing. I'm not saying all AAA developers are bad. What I'm saying is that a lot of AAA developers, the head management. I'm not talking about the lower management. I'm not talking about the employees, the coders, the people who make the game, who are assigned the roles on that said game. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I don't like where the heads of these developers are going, where they go from, okay, well, we have a lot of money, but we don't use it. We're just gonna use the
Hold
least
on to
amount of
stop you
effort
there,
type of thing.
dude. Those guys who are just joining the stream, please, in the comments section, put what you guys want us to talk about as well as we're going on through this podcast. For it, and we do have ads inside this stream. If you guys do see an ad pop up, it's because we do have paid promotion here in this channel. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yes, and yeah, it's just honestly like, yeah, it's that's kind of why that for example, like like some people like don't go to E3, or some people like don't support certain companies, is because of the greed, and we see the greed. We're not it's like saying to a kid, oh hey, you want this, and then all of a sudden the kid is like, yeah, I want this thing, and all of a sudden they just take it away, and you're like, really? And the kids raised like, really? They're not dumb. They're not dumb. You know, they aren't dumb. It's like the same thing how people think, oh, kids are dumb. No, that's not the case. I have like a 6-year-old brother. He is smart as hell. He knows how to freaking make a Lego house. You know, yeah, sure, that doesn't sound smart, but the point being is that he knows how
No,
to
no, no. That's
create.
that's
He
pretty.
knows how to
That's
be, how to express his,
no, no, no.
reactions.
Actually,
And
the Lego thing is pretty smart. There's
yeah,
competitions where kids can make for kids to build up a lot of the Lego buildings, Lego mostly Lego everything. You know what I mean? Depending on
yeah,
what the competition is.
yeah, and I know that, yeah, there's competition. But thing is that that's the point, is that when you have competition, you have to up your game. That's why at Yostar, like, okay, here's the thing. Yostar, to clear up something between Yostar and Azerlane and Content Collection, which is Kodawai, to clear up something between the two, Yostar doesn't see Kodawai as a competition. They just see them as, okay, these guys who made, Content Collection in Japan. They don't see them as competition because they're global, you know. And the thing is that Kodawai could have gone global, but they said, no, we're not going to go global. And pretty much that's what screwed up Kodawai. And that's what screwed up Content Collection in total, because Content Collection is supposed to be basically Japan's game, that, can never go out of Japan. Yet again, there are people who try to hack the game and try to get it on Steam, which they would be actually banned for doing that,
Are you
by
still
Kodawai.
playing Modern Warfare?
Oh, no.
Oh, I was
But
like,
I
are you
actually
still
paused
playing
it.
Modern Warfare while doing the
I don't
podcast?
know. No, I paused it. But the thing is that, yeah, is that Kodawai, Kodawai sees Yostar as a competitor, but Yostar doesn't see Kodawai as a competitor. They don't see him as that because Yostar is grateful for whoever that they get, for the amount of people that they have. They are grateful for how many people that are still with them. you know. And it that to me personally, that's what I like about Yostar is that they're just like they are they care about people. They care about their community. They care about what's going on. Sure, granted, they don't say, "Oh yeah, because of this case." Yeah, they don't say that because obviously they're from China. But my point being is that they care. They care. This is one of the most caring companies I've ever seen out of a free to play game. And if you say, "Oh," if you say in the chat in this live stream right now, "Oh, but bomb, that's incorrect." I want you to go over onto your onto your mobile device and download Azure Lane, okay, and try it out for 2 months, and then come back to a podcast and talk about it. And then if you still disagree, I will chat with you on this live stream chat right now, and I will talk to you one to one, okay, about exactly why I like this game, and I will show screenshots on the next podcast. In that podcast, what gifts that they have been giving me, and what gifts they've been giving all players. Not just only me. And yeah, that's personally why that I like. That's personally why that when it comes to 6 hour games, I judge it really heavily. I really judge it really heavily. You know,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, because like here's the thing, like yeah, like uh, bro, if you were paying for a 6 hour game, what are you expecting? What are you like expecting from a 6 hour game? You know,
Oh, we're
like
going through this question again.
yeah, like in general, what are you looking for in a 6 hour game? Do you expect like microtransactions to be so heavy that every single gun or weapon and whatnot is overpowered? Like, what are you looking for?
Well, when I think of a game, I really think of how exciting it's gonna be playing a new game, and it's gonna be. But what I look for a game is not the story. Yeah, I'll look for the story, but that's not the whole 100% of it. When I look, if I had to look for a story, it would be the 20% of that part of the game. But for the game would be um, how good the graphics are going to be, how good the characteristics are going to be, how good,
Yeah.
what kind of people they brought in for the characters, and what other things are we gonna see for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and personally, yeah, I think also the thing is that if it comes to like stuff like, for example, Call of Duty, I expect there to be a pretty decent story, not the best story, but a pretty decent story. Okay, not like the best story, but a pretty decent story, and pretty like down to earth story if possible. Um, but also like not overpowered DLC weapons, not so much DLC weapons that makes everyone go, "Oh my gosh, there's so much weapons here. Why are they locked behind the RNG loot crate?" Thing that not that point of Call of Duty, for example. I don't like those type of points. I like the Call of Duty where you grind for your worth. Let's take a good example is Street Fighter 4. You grind for characters. You're not like, okay, well, I'm just gonna, pay $50 for these characters. No, you grind for these characters, and the thing is that yeah, you because you want those other hidden characters. You grind from. You play the entire game. You play the entire, missions. You play the entire thing. You know, then you get a new character. you know and that's what kind of makes that's kind of what I expect from a game. Is like you're able to grind, you're able to have a sense of joy and accomplishment. Don't take that out of context from that EA quote, you know from the EA quote of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Please don't take that out of context because I'm serious.
Okay, we can't really bring up Star Wars Battlefront 2 because Star Wars Battlefront 2 was a game that was
It was a
hyped up.
disaster.
Yeah, it was hyped up for about 3 years after the
Yeah.
2015 release of Star Wars Battlefront, the first one on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. That game was
Yeah.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 was hyped up so bad when it launched, it died. It died right on
Yeah,
the spot.
I knew when it died. It died when the moment when in the open beta, not even closed beta, the open beta literally had microtransactions. That's when it died. I was like, frick you. I'm like done. That was when I was done. When I saw your daily loot box is alive, I was like, wait, daily loot box? They even hide the fact how it says loot box, bro. That's when I was like, no, I'm done. That's when I was like, I'm done. This is dead to me. I'm not even pre-ordering this. And guess what happened when it launched? Still the same thing, just called it differently. And that's honestly the point where I'm like, no, when a loot box is tied into progression, and I'm not talking about like, oh hey, overpowered weapon type of loot boxes. Yeah, that technically yes, but when loot box is heavily tied into progression, I'm not saying like, oh hey, it's tied in progression solely on progression, and you need to do it. That's all right, but when it's solely relying on you to pay every single day, that's when it gets a problem. That's when there's a problem. See, Azur Lane has my Discord connected. Okay, so okay, what I mean, okay, okay, what I mean is that Azur Lane has a loot box system, yes, but it's not that heavy. Yes, there are some characters who are overpowered, who feel broken, but to be honest, if you play Azur Lane, if you look in the lab, if you look in the second priority ships are freaking baller. They can tank and they can also dish out so much damage that they are the most broken pieces in the game, especially Frederick, which is not French, a German battleship that was a project of Hitler's battleship line, and it was actually planned. But the point being is that those are more broken than the actual Beast Game characters. So what I'm trying to say is that yeah, you grind for these characters. That's the whole point. I like it when games give you a sense of satisfaction when you get a powerful weapon or a powerful gun. Take, for example, Doom 2016, when you got the BFG 9000 in your hands, you're like, oh my gosh, this thing is freaking legend. One hit kill everything. That is something that is just game so damn rewarding. And it gives more playtime hours, but yet again, it makes the game more rewarding, and it warrants another playthrough, or it warrants more time, and you don't mind that time. That's what I like about games. But when games is solely tied to one thing, like Star Wars Battlefront 2, that that moment right there, that's when the moments I'm done. I'm not gonna review you. I'm not gonna even talk about you. I'm done. I don't care what people say. I don't care if people say, "Oh, pre-order this, bomb, pre-order." That. I'd be like, "Frick you! I'm not pre-ordering this. I've seen the war. I've been through games. I've seen through a lot of games that I wanted to get. However, I waited on it because I knew the companies behind the. I knew companies behind the wheel like the back of my hand. That's how like on edge I am with these free to play, not free to play, AAA games. I wait until a review is out because I don't want to spend $60. I don't want to spend so much money just to play the game, and it gets annoying, man.
He's actually just poor.
No, no, it's not just no, no. Okay, okay. Think about it this way. Okay, think about it this way. Okay, it's like, yeah,
I,
you
I've
just
I've
like you just like, oh, it's
I've
poor.
actually been on the stream for a while. Like if you look at the chat of the live video I've commented, I don't worry.
Okay, wow. Okay, you know what? You know what? Okay, you know what? You know what? Oh gosh, dang, I can't fight you. Okay, okay, but okay. What I'm saying is that my point being is that it depends on what.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Okay, the thing is like, okay, I don't mind $60 games, but when it gets so predatory, where I'm like, I'm done with where it's like so like where it feels like there's no room for for a person to feel like comfortable. There's no room for a person to feel like they're being too pressured. Like the thing is about these six games and why people hate them is because that yeah, they're being pressured. They're being pressured as hell to pay for these loot boxes. They're being pressured to pay for so much stuff that we're all like, we're done. That where it gets to the point where they're like, okay, we're done. We're not supporting you. That's when it becomes a problem. You know.
No.
I mean, we could
I,
talk about I don't
to
know,
be
anime.
to be
I don't
fair
know.
with you guys, I didn't even know we even started the thing until I came back like about 10 minutes ago, and I was like, "Oh, you guys have started the thing." And then that's when I joined the stream through my channel, and then now I just sent those messages after I heard him mention Azurlane, and I was like, "Oh, Persona's better," you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. The thing is that it's a mobile game. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I was saying like a mobile. Anywho, okay. What are we moving on to before we rant on more about games? Oh, what do we have?
I don't I don't know if it's actually considered one. Um, I would probably I would say it's more what is it? Nah, actually, I would consider it shonen. Yeah, I would consider it shonen. Shonen Jump. I don't. I think I forgot to introduce myself. Just interfering. Yeah. I am the asshole they've all been waiting for.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
Quality
I'm
quality
just like
crash.
I'm muting myself. Oh, yeah. I'm just muting myself because I'm just trying to look for something here in my Azurlane account.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You pronounce it Ko Annie? I believe that that is not correct. It is a Kyo Annie. You know. I feel personally attacked from that right there. You know, as someone who that is my favorite studio. One of if not my most favorite studio. Hey man, first of all, that's kind of screwed up. Second of all, it's only the main studio, even though they've already lost like a huge number of people, but that doesn't mean they're not a thing anymore. You know, they're still uploading. I mean, yeah, they're uploading content on their YouTube channel for KyoAni, but what I meant to say was like they're still putting out shows. You know, I think they are currently, if I can actually look it up right now. What was it? I don't know if it was yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Also, yeah, Josh. To counter your Persona 5 is best. I have shown on this chat room. Okay, in this podcast. Okay, no. Wait. Okay,
It's
okay.
okay, it's okay.
To prove,
Just let him speak. I have a counter for him right after
wait,
this.
no. Okay. To prove what I've said before about Azulane being so, so gifting and to be so sharing. Also, Peter, can you scroll your screen down so that the audience can kind of see what I mean? No. This is Azulane. Okay, this is Azulane. This is Azulane's messages to us, the fans. All of these are marked important.
Yes. Wakarimasen. Sumimasen.
Says.
Ikogarimashita.
By the way, this is by a Chinese developer, not even Japanese developer. No, this is a Chinese developer, and this is how forgiving that they are to the community. And I even have like stuff that that I even remember getting as like it's like a surprise reward gift. You know, it's like stuff like that. That's kind of why that I enjoy Azure Lane. And yeah, Persona 5 is a $60 game, paid game. I understand it. That's a game that's $60 paid. and get everything full price. You don't get anything, any was that paid skin options. I get it because that's a paid game, you know. But point being is that because of this, I understand that as that's why I don't bash it for, oh hey, having this skins for the characters. I have to pay for the skins for the characters. It's because it's an option for you to support the company if you want to. That's the whole point. If you want to, that's the difference between, oh hey, here's my money, keep it, take it because I want this one thing that can overpower everything, versus here's my money, I support you guys. You guys are really awesome. That is the biggest differences, between both of those things.
Hey man, don't worry about it. That was all jokes, you know. I don't mean any of that.
Yeah, I know, but
Azur Lane's a pretty great game, to be honest.
I'm okay. Azulane is great. Okay, everything. Azulane is great, and the thing is, I understand that Persona 5 is $60. Persona 5. Well, okay, yeah, there's other games, but the thing is
Wait,
that
wait.
for the development team, I'm talking about for the people who like to respond, because they respond so quickly. Yeah, that's PlayStation. That's
I
PlayStation. But I'm
I
saying
feel
that
like
for a mobile
I,
game,
I feel like we're
it's really
comparing
surprising.
mobile games to console games, and that's
Yeah, yeah, and that's
in
not
his
fair.
defense, it's a little unfair. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's
if we're
kind
gonna
of not
counter,
fair.
if
Yeah, because I think for a mobile department, because here's the thing, okay, for the mobile industry is known for mobile microtransaction DLC bullshit. That's what it's known for the longest of times. That is why Azur Lane, Honkai Impact Third, Girls Front Line, and I'd say Bang Zoom to a certain extent. All of those games are all free to play. Literally free to play. You don't have to spend a dime to play the game, to play those games.
I can't wait for Persona 5 mobile, you know.
Well, no, it depends though. It depends though. Are they gonna make it heavy on microtransactions, or are they gonna make it light? Are they make it like
Hey
seamlessly?
man, price doesn't matter because we're talking about a game that was candidate for Game of the Year in 2017, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's 2017. This is 2020. Yeah, but the thing is
hey
that
man,
yeah,
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild just happened to surpass Persona 5, you know.
no, Persona 5.
Oh no,
Not Persona.
it
It
was
was
Breath of the
it was
Wild.
yeah, Breath of the Wild. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
we're talking
yeah.
about Nintendo's first ever win at a Game of the Year, you know. No, no, Odyssey was candidate, but it didn't win because it was the same year. It was in the same year that Breath of the Wild won. And even and you know, even if Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild wasn't in there, I don't think Odyssey would have gotten it because Persona 5 exists on the table, and I think that game would have definitely taken that spot, you know, stealing people's
Yeah.
hearts.
Yeah, and yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, is that it is like so like there's a bunch of other notices and a bunch of other importance that I've marked down in Azure Lane. That I can go on and on about all of these stuff, and literally every single piece of what Azure Lane I actually marked important on Azure Lane. Like the for example this 160,000 followers on Twitter. They said that although it hasn't been a smooth sailing for HQ, that they are glad that the commanders are still with them, and we truly thank you for your love and support and company. This is in this year. This was actually this year, and it was pretty recently. You know what I mean? Because the thing is that before that, they had like a bunch of other problems. But point being is that they actually say, hey, we get that it was pretty rough this year, but here's a lot of compensation. Here's a lot of stuff, so that way that to get caught up type of thing. And that's what I like about this company is that they're just like they don't mind giving people stuff, man. They don't mind giving, they don't mind like about they don't mind this game being free to play. You know what I mean? If you don't want to pay, you don't need to pay. It's not like every single time you do something, it's like, oh, pay $10 to advance to the next section, pay $50 to unlock this thing, pay $100 to do emote touches. You don't need to pay for any of that stuff, and it feels refreshing and it feels awkward because you're used to seeing all that microtransaction BS, type of things in mobile games, but this one is just different. It feels different, and it very much is different. Wait, what the hell? Whoa, hold up, bro. What? The PS5 is gonna monitor people? The PS5's controller's major flaw. You are being monitored. Wait, no, there's no what? I just found this out just now. That's okay. That sounds suspicious.
Ray trace. Yes.
And apparently, a Blizzard composer, who made Diablo, goes insane online and sends very scary messages to a man who he wants to be skinned. Okay, okay, what? 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 You want me to send it? You want me to send it? Want me to launch it over? Okay, here. I'll send it to the chat. Dude, like what? Looking at the thumbnail, I was like, what? What? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Like Blizzard has been going off the rails. Like I forgive them a little bit, but I don't forgive them that much. Okay, let's
What's
see
going
it.
on, everyone? Jeremy here from the
Diablo
Quartering,
has
and I
some
often
iconic
point
music
out some of
sound.
the more unhinged
Warcraft
members
at
of the
times
video
is even
game
better, but the
industry,
composer
and that
behind it had a
means
total breakdown on
everybody from
Twitter
video game
with me on
developers to large
Cassie.
corporations
Check this
like
out.
Blizzard
Check
or
this out.
Activision or EA, whatever the case may be, there is certainly plenty of crazy people to go around. Now, Matt Ullman, who is a legendary composer for many Blizzard properties and games that you might know. Games like Justice League Task Force, Diablo back in 1996, StarCraft in 99, Diablo 2 in 2000, Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction 2001, then in World of Warcraft, Burning Crusades, and then in Torchlight 1 and 2, and as well as Hob back in 2017. Now, he hasn't been credited with anything in the past 3 or 4 years.
Yes. Yes.
No, I'm serious. What were you saying?
I was self-advertising.
Oh, you were self-advertising. Really?
I was self-advertising, you know? I was saying the Teeny Black podcast is sponsored by Tweezy.
He's what's wrong with the new Diablo games.
You should not subscribe to the Too Easy CG guys. You should subscribe to Awesome Gaming Entertainment.
Is what he would say if he actually meant that, but he doesn't mean it at all.
No, I truly mean it.
His breakdown was.
No, trust me. I know him more than anyone. He doesn't actually mean that at all. He hates that.
No, that's some lie, man. I love that shit, man.
I'm objectively correct.
You're objectively correct. Is that what you just said?
Yes, I am objectively correct.
Go through my set cycle up in the upcoming weeks. They're high quality prints on metal that mount to the wall super easily with a magnet. You can swap them out.
Now, this video, I don't know how to feel about this video. Now, it's kind of sad that Ubisoft is going that far to scare people, I guess I would
No,
say.
not Ubisoft. It's
Uh,
Blizzard.
Blizzard.
It's freaking Blizzard. Why?
But sorry, Ubisoft. I love you guys. My bad, guys. I'm so sorry.
No, Ubisoft. Okay, yeah. I have beef for you, Ubisoft. Just you wait later on the podcast. I have some things to say about you, Ubi.
Yeah. No, but like in all honesty, Ubisoft, you have
Yeah,
a
they're trying. I can see
yeah,
that
you
they're
have
trying.
that place in my heart that I love you guys so much because grew up with Ubisoft and everything.
Yeah, so did I.
But
But the
stop
thing is,
fucking up with the
yeah,
Tom
yeah,
Clancy
dude, they're
series, guys.
screwing it
Come
up.
on,
Okay,
dude.
okay, they're screwing up. But after what I've heard from Warlords,
Dude,
the
if
Warlords of New
Tom
York,
Clancy was still alive, he would
he
be
will be
so
pissed.
pissed.
He will be, yeah. Like, dude, what I've heard from Warlords of New York is that, yeah, it's a buggy mess. But after that, I haven't ever heard of nothing, no post. For Honor, no post. Rainbow Six Siege, no post on any game, no matter what it is. No updates, no nothing. And I'm thinking maybe they're taking a step back. I'm hoping they're taking a step back and they're realizing
What I've been
what is
hearing then
coming.
it was they are taking a step back with with a lot of things. But for Honor and Rainbow Six Siege just had their own update. So it's gonna take them 2 months for another thing to go through, and that is because that's the time limit that they set out for the game of Rainbow Six Siege. And For Honor is going through its new season as well. So same thing with For Honor and Rainbow Six Siege. They both get updated the same amount of time. So we won't see another For Honor or Rainbow Six Siege post for another 2 or 3 months. For it.
Yes, and for Rainbow Six Siege, please unnerf Glass. Unnerf Glass.
Oh, to Glass is please yes
Dude, he
unnerf
got
him.
nerfed. Dude, he got nerfed so hard. Like, so
Actually, no.
badly and so
So
hard.
the update that just came is actually re-nerfed him, unnerfed him, because the new character that has a sniper, she can shoot through walls, she can shoot through a lot of things, and she can break a lot of barricades with her sniper. That's how powerful her sniper is, and the nerf is that Glass can, I think he can switch between a sniper to a automatic gun, and has new
What is this?
gadgets.
Call of Duty? What is this? Call of Duty Infinite?
Oh, oh, oh.
You don't get it, do you?
He kind of just died.
Yeah, he died on us.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh,
Is my mic better?
No, no, I can't
Oh,
can't
shut up.
hear.
Yeah. But, okay, what is this? Call of Duty Infinite Warfare all of a sudden?
No, the reason they gave him the upgrade is because a lot of the fans wanted him to be upgraded, like you just said with the nerf.
But it doesn't make sense. How is it gonna work? Is it gonna work like Call of Duty Infinite Warfare?
No,
Where you freaking
the
turn your freaking
character
sniper into an
there's a
automatic
character
weapon?
that they'll release that will counter Glass, that's able to counter
But
Glass.
Glass is already countered. He's already nerfed so hard.
No, the the unnerf is a 50% unnerf of Glass.
Oh, okay,
So
so we're moving
so
theoretical thinking.
yeah,
I know.
so a new character that's coming in will be the same match
So
as
it's gonna be
Glass.
It's gonna be Glass, but just it's gonna be Glass. However, Glass is gonna be unnerfed permanently.
Yeah,
Type of thing.
he's
Like
gonna
the
be
OG,
he's gonna be the OG Glass. So
but there's gonna be a counter.
yeah, there's gonna be a
on
counter,
the
and
defending
that's
team.
what they did for a lot of the characters. That's why you see a lot of new operators. That's why you see a lot of new maps. Is because they want to make sure everyone's even, and once the new character comes in, that new character will even out the playing field between the attacking and the defending teams. Now, yeah, that's what I have. Square Enix. Oh my God, you guys have been on a roll this year.
Dude, Square, you guys,
You
please
guys have been
give
on
us
a
the
roll.
remastered.
You guys have
Give us
been
the
on a
remastered.
roll
Please,
this year.
okay? Okay, I will
So
sacrifice
yeah,
everything for the
one
remastered.
is the Final Fantasy VII remake is already looking
Dude,
for
it
the
looks
seat,
beautiful.
looking
It
for
looks
that seat,
beautiful. It looks fascinating. Dude, I want this to be on Xbox One.
right?
Please.
And also they're giving us a new Kingdom Hearts game that's coming out this year with the DLC for Kingdom Hearts. Um, a new Japan studio game that's already in development and that's promised to be released by next year, with the title being revealed in August, and two more amazing remakes from Square Enix, and I'm really excited because one of them is Devil May Cry, a remake of Devil May Cry 1. I'm so excited for that. Like, dude, I love Devil May Cry. May Cry. Fuck.
Yeah, like
Good
dude,
man.
honestly, okay, knowing Square Enix, they probably will give it to Xbox. Hopefully, because think about it this way, they can get a lot of money off of both consoles. If they give it to both consoles, they're gonna get a lot of money off of both consoles.
Yeah, unless Square Enix does the horde thing
They,
where they go only to
yeah,
PlayStation.
they just gonna go to PlayStation. Well, okay, I can kind of see Kojima because that's only one game, but Square Enix has a lot of other games, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
they have a lot of other
we have to
games.
remember Square Enix is always going to be comfortable with PlayStation because that's the company they've been with since the beginning of their existence. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know.
they've been with Sony for I don't know how long.
For quite a long
For
time.
quite a
Yeah.
long time. PlayStation does turn 27 this year for the
How long
anniversary.
has it been for Xbox anyway? How long has Xbox
You guys
been
are
around?
not that long, so I think you guys. Yeah, the Xbox console is younger than the
Not console. I mean, like when they started, when Xbox
Oh,
started.
Microsoft started like in the 90s,
So how much? When did PlayStation start? Like what? Like 90s as well?
80s, 80s.
Yeah, so you guys are like 10 years younger than younger. Yeah, older than us.
Yeah.
You guys are 10 years older
PlayStation
than
was in the
Xbox.
80s. Microsoft was in the 90s with Bill Gates,
Yeah. But
or
the thing is that
or was it
Xbox-
Steve Jobs? Which one is
I
it,
think it was
guys?
Steve Jobs. I
Steve
think it was
Jobs or
Steve
is
Jobs.
or okay?
Oh no, wait. Is it that or is it Bill Gates?
Yeah, it's either Bill Gates or Steve Jobs. Which one is it?
I think it was Bill Gates. Yeah, he was the original person of Microsoft.
Right.
Who owned Microsoft? Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, the point being is that I think the 360 was pretty okay. I'm okay comparing consoles.
I like how
here.
Josh is
360
just hidden away.
Yeah, he's just like mute away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
But
you're that Josh guy, you know.
yeah. Who's this
Yeah.
fucktard in our group chat? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, like,
I'm kidding.
comparing 360
This
with
video
the
is still sponsored
PlayStation
by
3.
TG.
Like here's the thing, okay. The thing is that comparing Xbox 360 with the PS3, it's not that they both had horrible graphics. No, they had pretty good graphics for their time. They had pretty spot on and high def graphics for their time. But what set Xbox apart from the PlayStation was the amount of exclusivities that they had, that they owned before. That's what set them apart. But when
You got the
PlayStation
before
started
part
buying,
right.
yeah, see, that's what I mean before. But when PlayStation started getting up all these exclusives and they made a console, and while Xbox was away at their Xbox 360, that's when things started to turn. That's when ties started to turn. That's why people said, "Oh, hey, they call it the lame box or whatever box that they insult Xbox with, because they don't have a lot of exclusives." And it's quite true. I own an Xbox, and it's pretty sad that me, as a consumer, doesn't have so much exclusivity. I don't have the exclusives as I did before with the 360.
Oh, he died. He died again. But yeah, I know what he means. You know what I mean? Josh, for sure. So yeah. Well, guys, that's all we have for the time we have with you guys today. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed this
Joining us on the Uniglass podcast.
for joining us on the podcast.
A 10-minute cameo in this podcast, you know?
Really? Was it 10 minutes? How long have we been streaming?
No, as in I was in here for 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't even know how long we've been streaming. That's my thing. Um,
This podcast was so sponsored by 2ZCD.com.
you bitch. Okay, so yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys.